Lorraine again, bringing you the dessert challenge week 4. I have to say, the hardest thing about this whole challenge was not really what recipe to come up with, just which one to choose. I'm the Imelda Marcos of dessert recipes. I make a lot of desserts during the holidays. My family loves them. The hardest thing was deciding which one to use. I have a lot of cheesecake recipes, all including Philadelphia cream cheese. The new thing that I love and I've been using is the fat-free. Because some of my friends will love the desserts, but they're wondering, can it make it a little less calorie or fat-free? So I've incorporated both Phillies with my new and old cream cheese recipes that are desserts and entrees and appetizers. So today I'm making for you what was decided amongst my friends, and one of the popular things that I do make is, of course, cheesecakes. However, this is a creme brulee cheesecake, and I love this recipe. It's a very rich, creamy recipe that can incorporate many different flavors. Sometimes I will use lemon flavoring, sometimes I will use orange and strawberries. So what I'm going to do for you today is I've taken 2 cups of graham cracker mix with a half a cube of butter and some brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. I'm going to be placing it into a small springform pan because I found that with dessert sometimes people don't like to share and sometimes like their individuals. I've made several forms for you, and you want to make sure your butter is nice and melted, and mix your graham cracker crust with your brown sugar evenly. Pack it in good. I'm going to place it into the oven. Just for about 5 to 10 seconds. I have several already made. We're going to let this cool. While it's cooling, we're going to make our filling. So I've taken 2 packages of Philadelphia cream cheese, softened, and I'm going to cream those and add a half a cup of sugar. As you're letting that cream, you're going to be adding 2 large eggs. I've already cracked one, and that's pre-creamed. And I will put in 1 egg, get that all nice and worked in. Now my other egg. You want to get this all mixed in nice so you don't have any lumps. And I'm just going to scrape my sides of my bowl. Make sure you get it in there good so you don't have any mistakes. A quarter cup of heavy whipping cream. And I use vanilla paste. You're going to take a teaspoon, a heaping teaspoon of vanilla paste, and this gives it that nice creme brulee look of the vanilla seeds inside. So a good heaping. As it bakes, it's going to give you plenty of flavor. I've also zested an orange. You want to make sure your zest is nice and orange, none of that green orange or yellow part of the orange. And you're going to do a teaspoon of orange zest. And if you don't like the zest in your bites as you're eating your cheesecake or your creme brulee, I found the oils, they're very potent oils. Just a couple of dabs will do you. You could do it to taste. I also do those into my creme brulee if you don't want to deal with the zest or orange season and you just can't find some really ripe oranges. So we're going to let this blend a little bit. Take it, scrape it down again so you get everything nice and mixed in. Sometimes your orange zest will get stuck onto your paddle, so make sure you get that off because you want that to bake in with your creme brulee mixture. I love, love, love this recipe. I have to tell you, when I first tried it, a friend of ours made it, and the comments were, it's like orgasm in a cheesecake. So we're going to fill that in. Our crust is cooled. We're going to fill our springform pan. Make sure it's nice and even. Get it in there nice and even. Just clean my hands off. And you can place it in a water bath, or you can simply put it in your oven, keep an eye on it so it doesn't souffle too much. We'll let this one cool. And I've made some already, so let me get it out of the freezer. So you're going to run your knife around your springform pan just to make sure that it's all cleaned off the edges. Turn it out. Remove your parchment paper in your springform pan. And I have it here. And what I'm going to do is, to give it that creme brulee crusty sugar on top, you just make sure that your sugar is sprayed. Regular sugar, don't get the decorating sugar, that's way too thick to burn and to use for creme brulee crust. So you want to get it all spread around evenly. And I've got my husband's handy dandy torch. And you want to just caramelize the sugar on top. Oh, nice. Beautiful. Just clean your plate off of all the excess sugar that's blown around. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And once this is cooled, one of the reasons why I keep it in the freezer is once it's cooled and you have your cream, your cheesecake nice and cold, that sugary crust is going to cool down a lot easier. Take a little chantilly cream, which is just heavy whipping cream with some powdered sugar to taste. Nice little dollop on top. And I've also taken some time to just kind of caramelize some sugar, and that's another thing you can put the oil on into is your caramelized sugar. Boil it, have it all ready to go. So whether you're serving a buffet, a dessert buffet, or an individual piece, it can all look like art very easily, and it can all look delicious. This is one of my pumpkin cheesecakes that I make just for the holidays or when somebody's favorite thing is pumpkin. So you can see how easy it is to make a dessert. What I did with this one is I simply baked it in a bread pan and sliced it down, and that bread pan cheesecake becomes individual cheesecakes for people at a buffet or at your home. Thank you. I hope you enjoy this dessert and this recipe, and I'll be looking forward to next challenge. Bye-bye.